Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So let us start with today's session in which we are discussing about VHDL models for various sequential circuits. Okay. So we have discussed till now about flip-flops, then shift register, and now we are discussing about counters. Okay. So in the last lecture we discussed about counters, and today we will be discussing about up-down counter. Okay. So we discussed in the last lecture about up counter, as well as I have given homework to write a code for down counter. Okay. Only one student has submitted that. Okay. Just there was a minor change in the code, and you were supposed to do that and send it back to me. But only one student has done this. Okay. So solve whatever homework is given to you, do it and send it back to me. Okay. And on coming Sunday, we will be having one test on first model. Okay. So I'm going to conduct one test on the first unit, that is basics of VHDL programming. So that test will be objective test. On Sunday, we will have that test. Okay. uh, Timing and all other things that I will be uh, telling you afterwards. Okay, so let us start with the now up down counter. Is it visible to you all?
No, ma'am, it is blur.
Now, is it visible?
No, ma'am, खूप blur आहे.
Now, is it okay?
नाही, ma'am.
Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll share my PPTs with you. Okay. So, we are now. Is it my PPTs are visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are discussing about VHDL code of up down counter. Okay, in the earlier lecture we have discussed about up counter as well as down counter. So now what modification we are doing in the that counter, that we are going to use a single model for up counting as well as down counting. That means to increase the pulse count as well as to decrease the pulse count. Okay, so in ascending order as well as descending order, we are going to count the pulses. Okay, and so for that we are using up down counter. Now here, to get this up down counter, we need one extra input which will enable that counter as a up counter or down counter. That means if we are giving certain input in such a way that it will enable that counter to make it as a up counter, or it will make that counter as a down counter. Okay, so that suppose we are using one input, that is a load, and if we are making it as a equal to 1, then it will make that counter as a up counter. Okay, and if that input is equal to 0, then that counter will work as a down counter. Okay, so or vice versa. So that we are going to do in this counter. Okay, so here we have the code for that counter. That is, the first of all we need to declare library. So we have declared library here, library IEEE, and after that we have added some we have added packages to this library program. Okay, so we have added once use IEEE.std underscore logic underscore 1164.all, that package which we usually add in each and every program. Okay, because this package has all the basic functions, so we are adding it. So another package that we have added to this program, that is use IEEE.std underscore logic underscore arith dot all, which will add arithmetic functions to this program, as well as we have added one more package, that is a use IEEE.std underscore logic underscore unsigned dot all. So that is going to add unsigned number functions to this program. Okay, so that means we have added certain packages to this program with the which are present in the library IEEE. Now after that, the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to add declare entity. Okay, so we have now declaring entity. So entity, that is counter UD, the name given to this entity is a counter UD is, and then we are declaring ports which are present in the that counter circuit. Okay, now here we are going to add one input, that is a none, which is input, and then it is of the type std underscore logic underscore vector, which has the range from 0 to 3. Okay, that means there will be number from 0 to 3 that will be present in that in our input. Okay, then after that we have clock input. So clock input, and then clock colon in std underscore logic data type semicolon. After that we have used one input, that is a load, which is input and type is a std underscore logic. After that there is one another input which will reset that counter. So reset which is in and then type is std underscore logic. Conclude the this statement by giving semicolon. Then dir which will decide the direction. So that is again the one another input, and then so we have declared it as a dir colon in std underscore logic and then semicolon. Okay, and the last port that we are declaring, that is about the output port, which is out std underscore logic underscore vector, and the range is from 0 to 1. Okay, and as we have declared all the ports, so we will conclude this statement by completing the bracket and giving the semicolon, and then there will be end of this entity, so end counter ud semicolon. So that means now we have declared all the ports which are to be present in this counter circuitry, and then we have declared all this entity part of this program. Okay, now the next part, that is the main part, which will decide how this circuit is going to behave, and that is the architecture. So here the architecture behavioral of so we are giving the name to this architecture, that is a counter ud is, so architecture behavioral of counter ud is, and then we are declaring one temporary signal here, so signal tmp colon std underscore logic underscore vector, and the range is from 0 to 3. So that means this is a 4 bit vector, and then that we have declared here. Okay, so this is the temporary signal that we have declared, and after that the next we are going to start with this architecture, so begin. Okay, now as here we are going for behavioral modeling, so we are using the process, so that means whatever are the statements that are present in this code, that will be executed sequentially. So as we know that VHDL is a concurrent language, that means we can process it, many processes that can be executed parallelly, but whatever statements that are present in that in particular process, that will be executed sequentially. So whatever statements that we are going to state in this program, that or in this process, instead of saying program, that will be executed sequentially. So now let us start about this process. Okay, so this process will start with this begin keyword, so begin, and then we have the statement that if reset is equal to 1, then temp will be assigned to the value 0 0 0 0. That means if suppose we have we want to reset the counter, then we need to set uh, this reset input equal to 1. So that here we have the reset that is equal to 1, then temp will be assigned to the value that will be equal to 0 0 0 0. But if reset is not equal to 0, that means it has the value that is equal to 0, has the value that is equal to 0, then if there is a clock hyphen event and clock is equal to 1, that means if there is a change in the state of clock and clock is becoming 1, then if load is equal to 1, then temp will be assigned whatever is the value, that is none. Okay, so this value which we have earlier stated here, that will be assigned to this temp. Okay, now else if this load will, if load is equal to 0 and dir, that is the direction, that is equal to 0, then temp that will be assigned with the value temp plus 1. Okay, that means if we have load is equal to 1, then whatever is the input, that will be loaded at the output. But if load is equal to 0 and direction, that means that direction dir, that is going to decide whether this counter is a up counter or down counter. So if that is equal to 0, then temp will be assigned to the value temp plus 1. That means here this statement will make this counter as a up counter. ओके, जर तुमचं लोड पण 0 आहे म्हणजे तुम्ही आता कुठलीही व्हॅल्यू लोड करत नाहीये आणि डायरेक्शन पण 0 आहे, DIR 0 आहे, तर तुमचा जी काही टेम्पची व्हॅल्यू असणार आहे, जो तुम्ही टेम्पररी सिग्नल म्हणून घेताय त्याची व्हॅल्यू टेम्प प्लस होईल, प्लस 1 होईल. ओके, इफ this condition is not satisfied, that means load is equal to 0 and DIR is equal to 0 is not true, in that case you will go for the next statement, that is a else if, and then if load is equal to 0 and DIR is equal to 1, in that case if this state condition is satisfied, then temp will be assigned with the value temp minus 1. That means if DIR is equal to 1, direction is equal to 1, then this circuit will work as a down counter, and then temp that will be assigned with the value temp minus 1. And if after that there will be end of first if statement, if loop, then another end of if, and then there will be end of the process. Okay, now after that output will be assigned with this temp signal, so that means output will be assigned with temp, and then end of this architecture, so end of behavioral semicolon. Okay, so this is the VHDL कोड फॉर अप डाऊन काउंटर. लक्षात आलंय तुमच्या सगळ्यांच्या? काय केलं इथे आपण, इथे दोन एक्स्ट्रा सिग्नल्स घेतलेले आहेत, म्हणजे दोन एक्स्ट्रा इनपुट पोर्ट घेतलेले आहेत, लोड आणि DIR. लोड काय करणार आहे, तर लोड तुमची जी काही व्हॅल्यू आहे नमची, जो तुमच्याकडे ऑलरेडी नंबर अवेलेबल आहे की जिथून पुढे तुम्ही ऍड करणार आहे, तो तुमच्या याच्यामध्ये ऍड करेल, टेम्पला असाइन करेल. ओके, ती व्हॅल्यू तुमच्या टेम्पला असाइन करेल. आणि जर लोड इक्वल टू 0 आहे, तर शिवाय डायरेक्शन पण इक्वल टू 0 आहे, तर दिस सर्किट विल वर्क और दिस कोड विल वर्क एज अ अप काउंटर. Otherwise, if DIR is equal to 1, then temp will be working as a down counter. Okay, so this is the up down counter. Okay, now we are moving to the another circuit. Okay, so that is a 4-bit ALU. Now what is ALU? What is mean by ALU? Yes?
Arithmetic and logic unit.
Okay. It is a arithmetic and logic unit. So what is the function of ALU?
Perform arithmetic and logical operation.
Yes, to perform arithmetic and logical operations, we use ALU. So it represents the basic building block of the central processing unit of the computer, that means CPU. And in modern CPUs that contain very powerful and complex ALUs. So that means whatever mobiles or smartphones or computers or laptops that you are using, it has very complex and very powerful ALUs. But now in this, we are going to see just a very simple ALU which will perform certain arithmetics as well as certain logical operations. So we are going to see about 4-bit ALU. But in addition to ALUs, modern CPUs that contains a control unit also. But we are right now just going to discuss about a very simple 4-bit ALU, that is a arithmetic logic units. Okay, so here as most of the operation of a CPU that are performed by one or more ALUs which can load data from input registers. A register which is a very small amount of storage available as a part of the CPU. So now the circuit which we are going to discuss, that is going to be perform arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and then we are going to see the same for the logic operation performance like not, and, or, XOR. Okay. So now suppose we have this symbol for this ALU. Okay, so that means we have two inputs. One is the input A and another, that is the input B. Okay, so which is both these inputs are of 4-bit. So that means it is in the range of 3 to 0. So the 4-bit inputs, and then we have select input lines. Okay, so here okay, it should be 2s to 0. So 3 input lines that are required here actually. So it should be 3s to 0. And then we have output which is again of a 4-bit. As we have the input of 4-bit, so that means output will be again of a 4-bit. So आपण इथे काय करणार आहे, आता हे जे दोन इनपुट्स आहेत ते डिपेंडिंग ऑन दिस सिलेक्ट लाइन्स वी आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म व्हेरियस ऑपरेशन ऑन दिस इनपुट. ओके, आणि मग आपल्याला जे काही आउटपुट मिळणार आहे ते परत 4-बिटच मिळणार आहे. सो वी हॅव 3 select inputs. Okay, now let us say that suppose 0 0 0 is there, then we want to perform this circuit or for this unit that mathematical operation a plus b. म्हणजे जर माझे सिलेक्ट इनपुट्स हे 0 0 असतील तर त्यांनी काय परफॉर्म करायला पाहिजे, a plus b परफॉर्म करायला पाहिजे. If it is a 0 0 1, then it should perform a minus b. If it is a 0 1 0, then it should perform a minus 1. Okay, if it is 0 1 1, then it should perform a plus 1. If it is 1 0 0, then it should perform a and b. Okay, so that means we are going to perform these 4 mathematical operations and then arithmetic operations, and then we are going to perform logical operations with the code. Select code is 1 0 0, then it should perform a and b. If it is 1 0 1, then it should perform a or b. 1 1 0, then not a, and 1 1 1, that means a XOR b. Okay, so this ALU that we are going to design here. Now let us see VHDL code for this circuit. Okay, so as we are going to discuss or we are going to write a VHDL code for this 4-bit ALU. So as per the syntax here, whenever we are writing VHDL program, we need to first declare library. Okay, so we have declared here library IEEE, okay, semicolon, and after that we are adding packages. So here we have added one first package, that is a use IEEE.std_logic_1164.all semicolon. Okay, so this one package that usually we add or that is needed, which has having very basic functions, all the basic functions, so that we have added. And then we are adding one more package which is about use IEEE.numeric_std.all. So that means this package that has all the standard numerical functions which are available in this package. So that is also we are going to add in this program. Okay, so this is about the library declaration for this 4-bit ALU. And then after that we are going to write entity. So declare entity. We will give the name to this entity as a ALU. So entity ALU is. Okay, and after that, now as we know that we have two inputs, one is the A and another one that is the B. Okay, these are the input ports, as well as we have select input, okay, which is of a 3-bit, and output which is again of a 4-bit. So all these are ports that are available in this ALU. So let us assign this. So A colon in as it is an input port, and then we are assigning this as a signed number. Okay, so signed 3 down to 0. Okay, then B that is again, as we are doing mathematical or arithmetic functions, so we have used this type that is assigned. Okay, so again B, that is in port, and then type that is assigned 3 down to 0. Okay, semicolon. Then after that we have one input, select input function, port, sorry, select SEL colon in std underscore logic underscore vector, and the range is from 3 down to 0, semicolon. And then as this is the output port, so that is we will give the name that is the output, which is a out type and output, and type is assigned 3 down to 0. Here remember that as VHDL is a typed language, so you need to specify very clearly the type of all these variables, then data, or all data types. Okay, so that should be very clearly mentioned, and that is why whenever you are using here this signed type, that means output should be again of the same type. So we have given the or mentioned this type that is assigned, and then range is 3 down to 0. Okay, so here we are now going to end ALU, this entity, so which has the name ALU. So end ALU and semicolon. Okay, then after that we are going to declare architecture. So architecture behavioral of ALU is begin. Okay, after that we are going to start with this architecture. So begin, and then there will be a process, as this is again behavioral modeling, so we are going to declare a process. So process and the sensitivity parameters in this process, that are A, B and SEL. Okay, so these are the three sensitivity parameters. That means these are the parameters that are going to be changed, or that are going to change the output of this process. Okay, so these are the sensitivity parameters. Okay, and then we are going to start with the this process. Okay, so begin, and then here we are going to use a case statement. Now what is case statement? How we use it? What is the syntax for case? Yes, Giridhar, what is syntax for case statement?
Hello, ma'am.
What is syntax for case statement?
Syntax for case.
Jnaneshwari? Kaustubh? Radhika? Harshal?
Yes.
Yes, what is syntax for case statement? कधी यूज करतो आपण केस स्टेटमेंट कधी यूज करतो? प्राजक्ता?
मॅम केस स्टेटमेंट आपण जर आपल्याला इनपुट देऊन जर डायरेक्टली आउटपुट बघायचं असेल तर, म्हणजे मक्स जे आहे ना की व्हेन 0 0 असेल तर आपल्याला आउटपुट काय मिळेल, तेव्हा आपण केस स्टेटमेंट यूज करतो.
Okay, that means suppose we have certain variable and if that is changing, okay, so depending on that state of that variable, what output we are going to get. Okay, so to decide that we are using case. म्हणजे जर माझ्याकडे असं आहे, एखादी गोष्ट आहे, माझं इनपुट चेंज होत आहे, 0 आहे किंवा 1 आहे, तर 0 असेल तर काय होणार आहे आणि 1 असेल तर काय होणार आहे. Okay, in that case we are going to use a case statement. Okay, the syntax for case is case and then the variable which is going to change. So case, then that variable and is, and then when that expressions value that we are going to change and then that will output or the expression. Okay, म्हणजे ते झाल्यानंतर काय होणार आहे त्याचं एक्सप्रेशन. दिस इज द सिंटॅक्स फॉर केस स्टेटमेंट. आता आपल्या केसमध्ये काय चेंज होणार आहे, आताच्या एएलयू मध्ये आपलं सिलेक्ट इनपुट चेंज होणार आहे. म्हणजेच म्हणून मग आपण काय केलं, केस SEL is and after that when. Okay, now each time we don't need to use that SEL. So when that is 0 0 0, then what we want to perform in that case, we want output that should be assigned to A plus B. Okay, another case is that when it is 0 0 1, then output should be equal to A minus B. If it is when it is a 0 1 0, output is equal to A minus 1. When it is 0 1 1, output is A plus 1. Okay, then when it is 1 0 0, output is A and B. When it is a 1 0 1, output is A or B. When it is a 1 1 0, output is not A, and 1 1 1, output is A XORed with B. Okay, so प्रत्येक केस साठी आपण काय केलं, आउटपुट काय आहे ते असाइन केलं. ओके, सो आउटपुटला प्रत्येक एक्सप्रेशन हे असाइन करून घेतलेलं आहे. and when others, okay, that means if there is a condition other than this, in that case there should we have assigned output that is to null. That means there will this null expression that will not perform any action. So for that we use this null expression. So that is a null, and then end of this case statement, and then end of the process and end of this architecture, that is a behavioral. Okay, so this is about the 4-bit ALU. Okay, everybody understood this?
येस मॅम.
लक्षात येतंय सगळ्यांच्या? राहुल, योगेश, are you getting this or not?
Yes ma'am, getting this.
Okay, so now let us proceed to the another circuit, that is a RAM. Okay, so we are going to discuss about this RAM. Circuit. Okay, now what is mean by RAM? What is RAM? RAM,
Random access.
means
Random access memory.
access memory. So it is the most important component in all devices which has the memory. So it is extremely fast component that temporarily stores all the information that device needs. जी काही इन्फॉर्मेशन त्या डिव्हाइसला लागणार आहे किंवा त्या CPU ला लागणार आहे, ती जे काही तुम्ही प्रोसेसिंग करता त्या प्रोसेसिंग साठी लागणारी जेवढी इन्फॉर्मेशन आहे ती टेम्पररी रॅम स्टोअर करतो. ओके, म्हणजे यू कॅन रीड अँड राईट इन्फॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द रॅम. ओके, the contents in the RAM that can be modified freely. Okay, so you can easily get the access to all the contents which are present in the RAM, and you can modify that. You can read it as well as write there. So this RAM has inputs that are, one is the address line input, and another one that is a data input. But besides this, it has also inputs that is a data in and WE, that is a write enable. Okay, so that means actually for the RAM, what we need, we want, okay, if possible, I'll draw a diagram, and if it is visible, just check. Is it visible? Okay, so we are talking about now RAM circuitry. Okay, so it has the input that is the address. Okay, this is a vector. Okay, again, that means data in and WE, which is a write enable. Okay, so this has these three inputs and the clock. As RAM is the synchronous device, so it needs a clock. सो आपल्याकडे याच्या रॅमला काय काय इनपुट असणार आहेत, क्लॉक असणार आहे, राईट एनेबल असणार आहे. आता राईट एनेबल केल्यानंतर आपण डेटा राईट करणार आहे. सो दॅट डेटा इन लाईन्स दॅट विल बी प्रेझेंट अँड द ऍड्रेस लाईन्स. ओके, म्हणजे ज्या ऍड्रेसला तुम्ही तो डेटा लिहिणार आहे किंवा जिथला तुम्हाला एक्सट्रॅक्ट करणार आहे, तुम्ही रीड करणार आहे. सो फॉर दॅट ऍड्रेस लाईन्स दॅट विल बी प्रेझेंट अँड देन आउटपुट that is a data output line that is a present for RAM circuit. So this is the symbol for RAM circuit. Okay, now we are going to write a code for this circuit. म्हणजे आता आपल्याकडे इनपुट काय काय आहे, तर ऍड्रेस लाईन आहे, त्याच्यानंतर डेटा लाईन, write enable. Okay, so this is not a line, actually this is a just a bit, so that is also present, and clock signal and a output data line. Okay, so now let us see what is the VHDL code for this circuit. So just pin to now, pin to presentation. Let us see that. So we have first library declaration. So library declaration, that is a IEEE that we have declared and added the package, that is a IEEE .std_logic_1164.all. that package we have added. At the same time, we have used IEEE.numeric.std, that package, and then after this library declaration, we are going for the entity declaration. So entity declaration, entity given the name as a sync underscore RAM, then each, and then after that we are going to declare port. So port, first of all we have declared clock signal. So clock colon in std_logic semicolon, then write enable, that is a WE, which is again a in type input and std_logic type. After that address. Okay, so it is in type and std underscore logic underscore vector. Okay, and then data in, which is again in std underscore logic underscore vector. Then data out, which is output, and again it is a vector, standard vector, so that we have defined. Okay, after completing all these port declaration, we have ended this entity, that is an end entity sync RAM. Okay, now here I have used the word entity. Actually, that is a keyword that I have used. If you want to use it, you can use it. Otherwise, you can directly write entity end sync RAM. Okay, so but in this program I have used it, so that is a end entity sync underscore RAM and semicolon. कंपल्शन नाहीये की तो वर्ड लिहिलाच पाहिजे तिकडे. तुम्हाला जर लिहायचं असेल तर लिहू शकता. जर तुम्हाला क्लॅरिफाय करायचं असेल, म्हणजे क्लॅरिटी यायला हवी असेल तुमच्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये जास्ती, तर तुम्ही लिहू शकता. अदरवाइज गरज नाहीये. ओके, देन द नेक्स्ट इज द आर्किटेक्चर डिक्लेरेशन. सो आर्किटेक्चर RTL of entity name, that is a sync RAM is, and then we have declared one array, that is a array type is RAM underscore type is a array. Okay, now how we have declared this array? The range of this array is from 0 to 2 raised to address length -1. Okay, म्हणजे माझी जर address length suppose 4 असेल, तर मला काय पाहिजे, तो array काय पाहिजे, that array should be equal to 2 raised to 4 -1 length चा पाहिजे. ओके, तर तेवढे त्यासाठी मी काय केलं, रॅम टाइप हा डिक्लेअर करून घेतला. सो दॅट इज फ्रॉम 0 to 2. Okay, now this double star that indicates that it is a exponential. Okay, this is a exponential operator. So here 2 double star address hyphen length. Okay, this is the attribute of here. So address ची जी काही लेंथ असेल ती कॅल्क्युलेट करेल या ऍट्रिब्यूट ने, ऍड्रेस हायफन लेंथ. सो दिस -1. ओके, म्हणजे इथे काय करणार आहे, 2 raised to address length -1. I have not specified here address length. You can specify it, and then that from that also it could be calculated. Okay, of standard logic vector. Okay, so that means this array is of the type standard logic vector, and the range for this is of the data in. Okay, so data in range, the data in सारखीच त्याची पण रेंज असणार आहे. ओके, then after that we have declared one more signal, that is a signal RAM, which is of RAM type. Okay, so this is assigned to RAM type. Then another signal, that is a read underscore address, which is a std underscore logic underscore vector, and this range for this is of like a address range. Okay, so address hyphen range, that means या read underscore address ची पण रेंज काय असणार आहे, जी काही तुम्ही ऍड्रेस साठीची रेंज असाइन करणार आहे तेवढीच त्याची पण रेंज असेल. ओके, then after that we are starting with the architecture of beginning of this architecture, and then here we have given the name to this process, that is a RAM proc. Okay, colon process. Okay, here in this sensitivity parameter, that is the clock, and as we have given the name, so we are going using here is. Okay, if you have not used this name and you have directly used process and in the bracket whatever are the sensitivity parameters, then there is no need to use this is. Okay, पण आता तुम्ही इथे वापरलंय म्हणून इथे is वापरलंय. So RAM proc colon process, that is a clock is, and then begin of this process. Okay, इथेपर्यंत आपण काय केलं, जे काही आपल्याला टेम्पररी सिग्नल्स लागणार आहेत, जे आपण यूज करणार आहेत ते पण असाइन करून घेतले, आपण एंटिटी डिक्लेअर करून घेतली आहे, लायब्ररी पण डिक्लेअर करून घेतली, आणि आता ऍक्च्युअली आपल्या प्रोसेस मध्ये काय होणार आहे, कुठले सिक्वेन्शियल स्टेटमेंट्स असणार आहेत ते आपण बघणार आहे. ओके, आता याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला काय पाहिजे, माझी जर क्लॉकची जर रायझिंग एज असेल तर मला काय व्हायला पाहिजे, काय म्हणजे जे काही माझं सर्किटमध्ये ऑपरेशन्स होणार आहेत ती व्हायला पाहिजे, अदरवाइज नाही व्हायला पाहिजे. दॅट मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल माय कंडिशन इज दॅट रायझिंग एज ऑफ द क्लॉक. ओके, नाउ हिअर you can see that I have used one extra function, that is the rising edge. This is the function which decides the rising edge of the clock. It is available in this standard logic underscore 1164 package, so that I have used here. Okay, so now there is earlier we have seen that is a clock hyphen event. Okay, it is the त्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, क्लॉक हायफन इव्हेंट मध्ये दॅट इज अ ऍट्रिब्यूट. त्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं की क्लॉकची लेवल चेंज होते की नाही हे चेक केलं जातं. पण आता इथे काय होणार आहे की जर जे काही तुम्ही सिग्नल ब्रॅकेटमध्ये दिला असेल त्या सिग्नलची रायझिंग एज चेक केली जाईल आणि इफ ती जर ट्रू ऑर फॉल्स आहे ती इथे आपण या इफ स्टेटमेंटनी चेक करणार आहे. ओके, सो इफ रायझिंग एज ऑफ द क्लॉक देन. ओके, पण हे जरी असलं तरी सुद्धा आपल्याला काय करायचंय, आपल्याला अजून एक इनपुट आपण असाइन करून घेतलंय, दॅट इज अ राईट एनेबल WE. इफ राईट एनेबल इज इक्वल टू 1, then what we are going to do, we are going to write whatever data input is present at the data in terminal, that we are going to write at the particular address. Okay, जर राईट एनेबल 0 असेल तर मात्र आपण काय करणार आहे की जो काही त्या ऍड्रेस वरती जो डेटा असेल तो रीड करणार आहे. लक्षात येतंय तुमच्या? आता जर आपलं राईट एनेबल असेल तर आपल्याला काय करायचंय, डेटा लिहायचा आहे, राईट करायचं आहे त्या स्पेसिफिक लोकेशनला. सो हिअर इफ राईट एनेबल इज इक्वल टू 1 देन RAM. ओके, सो दिस RAM signal that to now we are changing its type. So two underscore integer, that means we are changing the type from this earlier standard logic to the integer, and then here we are using this function that is an unsigned function for this signal. Okay, म्हणजे आता जो काही तुमच्या रॅमचा ऍड्रेस असणार आहे तो काय होणार आहे, त्या ऍड्रेसला तुमचा म्हणजे डेटा इन वरती जे काही कंटेंट्स असणार आहेत ते तुमचे राईट होतील. ओके, अँड देन दिस विल एंड इफ. नाउ देन read address that will be assigned to the address and then end if. Okay, so here end of this process, that is a RAM process, RAM proc, and then data out. Now here whenever we are not having W is equal to 0, we have assigned this read address with the value that is a address, and after that data out म्हणजे ही जी केस हे सिक्वेन्शियल स्टेटमेंट्स एक्झिक्यूट झाल्यानंतर तुमचा आउट डेटा आउटला काय आउटपुट मिळेल, that will be assigned with a RAM. So two integer, that means again we are changing its type to unsigned read address. Okay, म्हणजे इथे जो काही त्या रीड ऍड्रेस ला असणार आहे डेटा तो तुमचा डेटा आउटला असाइन होईल, and then end of this architecture RTL. Okay, so this is the RAM VHDL code for RAM. This is a very basic code that we have stated here. याच्यामध्ये अजून RAM साठी बरेचसे टाइपनी तुम्हाला हा कोड लिहिता येईल, पण जस्ट दिस इज द सिंपल कोड as possible as I have mentioned here. Okay, so this is about the RAM, and another one more circuit that we are going to discuss, that is a ROM. So now what is mean by ROM?
रीड ओनली मेमरी.
रीड ओनली मेमरी म्हणजे इथून आता रॅम मध्ये काय होतं, आपण राईट पण करतो आणि रीड पण करतो, पण रॉम मध्ये काय आहे, इट इज जस्ट अ रीड ओनली मेमरी. सो दॅट मीन्स वॉट एव्हर इज द प्री डिफाईन्ड, म्हणजे आपण आधी जो स्टोअर केलेला डाटा आहे किंवा इन्फॉर्मेशन आहे दॅट वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू एक्सट्रॅक्ट और जस्ट गोइंग टू रीड इट. सो the predefined data or information is written inside of it, and we can just read that information, and do so we have to give an address. म्हणजे आपल्याला जर ते करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला ऍड्रेस दिला पाहिजे and corresponds to that point in the storage array in which the needed data is stored. So this makes this RAM non-volatile memory because we can whatever information is stored, it remains as it is. We are not going to change it that information. Okay, so that is why this ROM is a non-volatile memory, and unlike RAM, it which loses the information on the पॉवर लॉस और रिसेट. म्हणजे जे काही तुमचं पॉवर लॉस झाला किंवा रिसेट ऑप्शन जर तुमचं अनेबल असेल तर ते काय होणार, इन्फॉर्मेशन रॅम मधली चेंज होणार आहे. बट हिअर whatever information that we have stored in ROM, it remains as it is. So ROM refers to a memory that is a hardwired and cannot be changed after manufacture. Okay, so if just pin to video, I'll just draw a block diagram for this. So तुमचे रॉमचं काय असणार आहे, रॉमला इनपुट काय असतील मग, रॉमला इनपुट काय काय असतील. आता रॅमला तर काय काय होते, ऍड्रेस होता, डेटा लाईन, डेटा इन होतं, डब्ल्यूई होतं, क्लॉक होतं आणि डेटा आउटपुट होते. ओके, आपण इंटरनली वेगळे वेगळे सिग्नल्स वापरले, पण जर बाहेरून बघायचं म्हणजे ब्लॉक डायग्राम जर जस्ट बघायची म्हटली तर आपल्याला 4 इनपुट होते. तसे रॉमला किती इनपुट असतील. Okay, there will be only address input, that line that will be present, and then clock signal that is a present for this ROM. Okay, and then output, data out. So these are the this is the block diagram. Okay, everybody has pinned to my video so that you can see this block diagram.
नाही दिसत आहे मॅम, ब्लर दिसते.
बघा दिसतंय. Okay, just remember that this ROM has the 2 inputs, that is one is the address line and another one that is a clock, and output that is a data out. Okay, and then this is the code for, okay, you can pin to presentation then if it is not visible. Whether my presentation is visible?
No ma'am.
Wait a minute.
हा मॅडम दिसतंय आता.
हॅलो
मॅम प्रेझेंटेशन नाही, स्क्रीन दिसते मॅम क्लिअरली.
दिसते क्लिअरली स्क्रीन. Okay, actually
हो मॅम.
okay, so here you can see this block diagram for the ROM where we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
2 inputs, that is a clock signal and the address line, and then we have the output that is a data output line. Okay, so these are the inputs and outputs for this ROM. Okay, now let us write VHDL code for this. Okay, so first of all we will declare library. So library IEEE, then add the package, use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore 1164 dot all. Then again use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore arith dot all. Okay, so these 2 packages that we have added in this, and then we will write the entity ROM is. Okay, Then port declaration, so port, so clock, which is a input type, input, and type is a std underscore logic, semicolon, then another, that is a, let us have one input port, that is a rom underscore enable, so which will going to enable this, so enable in std underscore logic type, then address line, so address, which is a int type input, and it is a std underscore logic, and as it is a vector. Okay, so for simplicity we'll take the range that is a 1 down to 0. ओके, म्हणजे आपण काय केलं, ऍड्रेस रेंज आपली काय घेतली आहे, फक्त ऍड्रेस लाईन ही दोनच असणार आहे, D0 and D1 बिट. ओके, सो एवढंच घेतलंय सिम्प्लिसिटी साठी. देन डेटा आउटपुट, that is out std underscore logic. I've written on the same. Okay, so this will be continued in this line. Okay, so vector, and the range is a 3 down to 0. So data line that will be of a 4 bit. म्हणजे आपला ऍड्रेस किती बिट आहे, 2 बिट आहे, and data line ही 4 bit आहे. So now end of this entity, that is ROM. Okay, then after that let us have architecture, arch of ROM. Okay, it was not necessary to write in any case, म्हणजे तुम्ही कुठल्याही केस मध्ये लिहू शकता, but still I have given the in the same case. Let's
मॅम
begin on
आणि
this.
ब्लर दिसतंय.
Just check करा.
ब्लरच
Okay,
दिसतंय मॅम.
this is the last circuit that we are going to. Hello, दिसतंय?
नाही मॅम, ब्लर दिसतंय, खूप ब्लर दिसतंय.
ऍक्च्युली हे एवढंच सर्किट राहिलं, म्हणजे एवढा बीएचडीएल कोड झाला ना आपला, तर आपला युनिट संपणार आहे, म्हणून मी आज संपवायच्या ह्याच्यात आहे. सो लेट अस कंटिन्यू फॉर 5 more minutes. Okay, just check it whether it is visible.
मॅम मगाशी कॅमेरा जिथे ठेवलेला तिथे ठेवा ना, मगाशी चांगला दिसत होतं, पूर्ण क्लिअर होतं.
ऍक्च्युली आय एम होल्डिंग इट इन माय हँड, तर मी माझा हात जरा जरी हल्ला तरी ते चेंज होतोय.
मॅम तुम्ही सांगा, आम्ही लिहून घेतो, मग तुम्ही एक्सप्लेन करा.
ओके, ठीक आहे, चालेल. सो दॅट विल बी बेटर. सो राईट, बिगिन. देन आय विल बी रायटिंग, जर तुम्हाला दिसलं तर ठीकच आहे तुमच्या बरोबर. प्रोसेस, okay, sensitivity parameter in the bracket, write it as a clock, that is a CLK, and then begin of this process. Okay, so in this process, first statement, that is a if rising underscore age, that in the bracket clock, and ROM underscore enable is equal to, in a single quote, 1. Then there is no semicolon, remember. Then if address is equal to the double quote 00, data underscore output that is assigned to the value 0, 0, 1. Okay. Else if address is equal to 0, 1, then data output is assigned to 0, 1, 1, 0. Else if address is equal to 1, 0, then data output is assigned to the value 0, 1, 1, 0. Else if address is equal to 1, 1, then data underscore output is assigned to 1, 1, 1, 1. End of this if statement, end of process, and end of architecture. ओके, म्हणजे आपण इथे काय केलंय या सर्किट मध्ये की जर तुमची रायझिंग एज असेल, क्लॉक जर तुमचा चेंज होत असणार आहे आणि ते राईज होत असेल तर, आणि याच बरोबर इफ इट इज अ रॉम एनेबल दॅट इज इक्वल टू 1, दॅट मीन्स रॉम इज एनेबल्ड, then it will going to check if both these conditions are true, then it will check for the address line. Okay, if address line is equal to 0, then whatever is present at that address line, that will be the data output. So the data output that will be assigned as a 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, if that address line that is equal to 0, 1, then data output will be assigned the value that is a 0, 1, 1, 0. आणि जर तुमची डेटा ऍड्रेस लाईन ही ऍड्रेस लाईन जर 1, 0 असेल, then output will be, sorry, it should be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. And then if the address line is equal to 1, 1, then data output that will be assigned to the value 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so this is the end of if statement, then end of the process, and end of architecture. So this is the very simple VHDL code for ROM.
एक्सक्यूज मी मॅम,
Okay,
तुम्ही
Yes.
ऍड्रेस इज इक्वल टू 10 ला डेटा आउट काय लिहिलंय?
data out 1, 0 ला ना, 0,
हा,
0,
10.
0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, by mistake I have written it as a 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. 0, 1, 1, 0 लिहिलं होतं मी आधी, पण now I have corrected it as a 0, 0, 0, 0. डेटा आउटपुट 0, 1 साठी 0, 1, 1, 0 आहे आणि 1, 0 साठी 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so this is the
हाँ, ma'am.
VHDL code for ROM. Yes, do you have any doubt?
नो मॅम.
Okay, so this is the VHDL code for ROM circuits. So we have discussed almost all the circuits that has mentioned in your syllabus. Okay, but still if any circuit is remaining, so you can tell me, we will discuss VHDL code for that. Okay, so this is the about our second unit, that is the VHDL modules for various combinational and sequential logic design. So that we have discussed in this. So first unit मध्ये आपण basic शिकलो, second unit मध्ये VHDL कोड कसा लिहायचं ते बघितलेलं आहे. ओके, सो द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस दॅट इज अबाउट द व्हेरिलॉग लँग्वेज. सो आतापर्यंत आपण VHDL बघितलं, आता दुसरी HDL लँग्वेज बघणार आहे दॅट इज अ व्हेरिलॉग. सो इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट व्हेरिलॉग. I have shared notes of this unit on your Google Sheet. Okay, so my notes are there. Also, I am going to share this PPTs also. Both almost they are similar, but still you can refer. काही सर्किट्स मी ऍड केलेत किंवा काही थोडेफार चेंजेस केलेत त्या दोन्हीमध्ये, but otherwise both are having almost all circuits that are discussed in your syllabus. ठीक है? So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Whatever homework I am giving to you, please complete it so that I am going to understand whether you are getting it or not. Okay, म्हणजे मला लक्षात येईल की तुम्हाला समजतंय की नाही. Sunday, though it is a holiday, but still we will have one test on first unit. Okay, so which is about the basics. So that we will have, it will be all questions that will be objective questions. So prepare for it. Remember that Sunday there is a test. ठीक है, कुणाला काही डाउट है?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let us stop here. We will meet in the next lecture.
Okay, ma'am.